Texting.
I need another soda.
Hi, America. Can you sit down? I'm having a hard time. That's how bad it was tonight. That was a historical blasting of the bum by the Dallas Mavericks tonight. That looked like the first part of the Revolutionary War, where the British, the Redcoats, just mowing us down, just mowing us down, just fucking mowing us. Just like
what a comparison.
Just that was just. That may have been, it says it was the third largest margin of victory in NBA Finals history. I rest my case. It was a historic bum blasting tonight. The Boston Celtics have now made history. We said we thought they'd make history tonight. They made history. Okay? So, anyway, welcome back, America, to the sack. That is the original behind me getting a reboot of the Doctor.
I got lost in there. I love taking a look.
I am the highly. Well, that's a beautiful site.
It's like going down a rabbit hole. Some of the shit in there, I don't even know. There was a Jamaican Sweetwater porter.
It's a wonderful display in there. It really is. I mean, honestly.
Very eclectic.
The Dago bar doesn't lack for the essentials. It's got
when it comes to talent and services,
I'm just saying, it's got the lighting. It's got the lighting, the visuals, the paraphernalia. The sound system. And then it's got that. It's got the bar, the historically made bar with all the damn bottle caps of all the beers we conquered over the years.
It's not really true, though.
It is. We drink a lot of those.
Not that many.
We did. Many. Not all of them.
10?
No. I alone drank fucking 30.
I thought most of these were just...
We collected them over the times we were drinking. They were always collecting them. That was the thing. Creekmore was notorious for it.
Notorious. He went down in the history books.
No, so was they were both like that with this shit. So anyway,
dude, I'm trying to understand what's going on with this zero sugar Pepsi Mango.
I don't know.
Dear God, it's a strange taste.
Honestly, it's of all the at bats where he's delivered
that was the biggest whiff.
That one was 3 down the middle. That's what that was.
That was old Casey at bat, and Casey has struck out.
That was them telling him it was coming, and he still couldn't. Not even get it. That's what it was. Not him, but the Celtics tonight.
Oh, I thought you were saying that about my mango.
That too.
You're saying this was as bad as what the Celtics did tonight?
No, the Celtics was worse.
Okay,
the Celtics was.
I was going to say this. I mean, I've been like, I'm probably
but see,
I'm hitting like 70%.
I'm saying, well, you're hitting more than that.
You think so?
I'm saying you're allowed a mulligan.
Right.
To me, this is his mulligan because honestly, he hasn't missed on another one. So.
And I knew this.
I mean, yeah. Look, some were better than others, but they were all really good. This
Sometimes
is the first
you have
one.
To dabble. I mean, you have to dabble.
He was batting 1,000. Put it that way.
Now I'm hitting what, 900?
I'm saying you're around there.
980.
I'm saying everybody gets when you have his resume, you get a mulligan.
And when I say this,
I'm paying you a compliment.
I know, I love it.
Just take it and shut up.
I'm taking it. I'm enjoying it.
Take it and shut up.
I'm not allowed to enjoy it?
You'll take that compliment. You'll like it, goddammit.
I'm like agreeing with your compliment. You're like, I'm paying you a compliment.
Just shut up and take
You're not supposed to acknowledge it.
Just shut up and take it. No.
You get paid a compliment.
Oh, wow. Here's Tim Legler telling us how he's all going to be right now. I had Dallas in 7.
I told you it was going 7.
Just so you know, I had the Mavs in 7. I didn't say how they'd get there, though.
No, you know what they're all going to say. Look, this is why we all picked Dallas to take this series 6 or 7, because they're this good, and they could have been playing this good. No.
This is called the opponent.
Don't do that.
The opponent was on the plane before the ball went up. That's what this was. That's what this was. They just decided they were going to win it in Boston. At least they think that way, and they better be right.
So do you think there's any chance that Dallas just flat out beat them because they were better than them tonight?
Nope.
No.
I think Dallas could have beaten them. Not this.
Mm.
No. This is the Celtics didn't show up. That's what this was. And again, the problem with that is you can't give a team like this hope. If you lose by 3 or 4, they're like, all right, well, we got the win. You lose by 40. They're going, how the hell did we ever lose to these chumps? Now they're confident.
How does this compare to what happened with the Celtics-Lakers when the Celtics beat them by 40 and then lost?
Here's the difference. Both those teams were better than the two we're talking about.
What was the series at that point?
Boston won game 1. in Boston by that, and then LA won the series.
In 5 or
6.
Okay, so Boston won another game.
Yeah, they did. It was 2-2, and then LA won 5 and 6. Here's the thing: the year before when Boston beat LA did the same thing to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them by 33 points on national TV in Game 3, and then Boston comes back. Bird hits the game winner on Magic in overtime and ties it up. And then the next game, the 98, they call it the Heat game. That Kareem Abdul-Jabbar needed an oxygen mask because he couldn't breathe. It was so hot. It was 98 degrees in the Garden. They had no AC.
What the fuck?
Yeah, listen to this. It was 98 degrees. The Lakers had oxygen tanks on both sides of the bench. Bird goes 15 for 20, 34 points, 17 rebounds. It's fucking talk about nutting up. And that was against Worthy, Jabbar, and Magic, all in their prime. Bird was just like, "Fuck all three of you." It was like it was just that game.
No AC.
That game to me was the best game Larry Bird.
Was it sold out too?
Yeah. It was Game 4. It was Game 5 in Boston.
No AC.
He had hit the game
Was it
winner.
broken or the Garden just didn't have AC?
The Garden didn't have AC.
Jeez. Yeah. So that was a common occurrence?
Yeah. It was just that day. They had fans and things like that, but it never got that hot. 98 degrees. There were reporters that were on the sidelines that day. They was just sweating, sitting there. So the thing is, that to me was Larry Bird's greatest game. Not the one where he had the triple-double against Houston in Game 6. Game 5 against LA.
Mystics beat the Sky.
Who's on the Sky again?
That's Angel.
Oh, that is Angel.
And our
the Mystics stink.
And Carmilla.
We like Carmilla.
Yeah.
I like Carmilla.
Yeah, I know.
She's a class act. I like her.
I know. That's what I'm saying. She's on the Sky.
Mm-hmm. But she's with Angel Reese, so.
No, Camilla's a beast.
Okay, Luca,
well,
tell us how.
Apparently, the Mystics just got somebody back that's been hurt.
Oh, really? She
Yeah.
must be pretty good then. I would guess, given who they beat. The Sky are a pretty good team. The Mystics are awful. I knew they had them all along. Right, legs? Just a matter of time before Boston folded.
You think anybody's going to do the Kevin Millar?
I don't know.
Don't let us.
I would.
Don't let us win in Game 5.
I would say.
Don't let us win on Monday.
It's amazing. Boston is the only team. This team is the only team I know that could be up 3-1 and look vulnerable. They do. They could blow this. They could, again. I don't know who's
Are
showing
you
up.
concerned?
Yep.
Legitimately.
Yep.
Come on, man.
It's not that they lost. It's the way they lost. It's not because again, it's not them. It's you're giving your opponent confidence, and that's everything. It's everything. If they beat you, like I said, by 4 or 5, it's a close game. They're not going to be that confident. They just raped you in a closeout game. And again,
they've never had to close out.
They've
never had a closeout game in the NBA Finals.
It doesn't matter. They've had closeout games in series before, and they've closed teams out, conference finals, things like that. But I'm just saying, like, you play better than that in a closeout game. This isn't an exhibition game you mail in. This is the finals. That's fucking ridiculous. The Celtics may have they have some beatdowns. They never just mailed it in like this one did. This one never got off the bus. This is terrible.
Like you said, there was no run.
Nothing.
That's what was a little disheartening.
There was no fight.
I mean, man.
There was no fight. It was just.
But the shooting was so poor in that first half.
They were so quick to give up. They gave up way too early.
It happened quick. The lead ballooned quick.
But the thing is, there was never a run. There wasn't even a 5-0 run. There was nothing.
Dude, it was so weird because 5 or 6 minutes into the game, I was like, all right, this is a good start. It was like 8-9. You know what I mean? Like, it was a 3-point game. And then right as I said that, all of a sudden Dallas started, extending.
It was 12-11 Boston, and that was when the wheels came off. Fucking ridiculous.
That's wild.
It was fucking ridiculous. Just listless. I just can't. The second thing started to go wrong, they just fucking, okay, it's not our night. So, look, sometimes you reach back and it's just not there. That does happen every now.
Let's also, call out this fact that they just posted on the screen. That just stopped a 10-game win streak in the playoffs for the Celtics,
which is an all-time record
for the Celtics.
But again, it's not that they lost; it's the way they lost.
Yeah.
I think if they lost like by 10 or 9, all right. This? No. No. This is a total no-show. And they ought to be ashamed of themselves for that. Because honestly, you had a chance to win the World Championship tonight. You've never been this close. I don't care where the game's being played. You've never been this close. You can taste it. And to play like that, you're taking it for granted like it's just going to happen. You better be fucking right. You better be fucking right. Because if this looks like what I think it could look like, oh shit. You better knock them out in Game 5. You better come out and bum blast them from the get-go. That thing better be over at the end of the first quarter. That's the only thing I'm taking right now from you. You better be down like that game 1 that was 37-20 after 1. It better look like that. That's all I'm going to say. It better look like that because you fucking let one slip tonight. You may have awakened to sleep. Fucking ridiculous. All their role players had career games. You didn't give the confidence to 2 people. You gave it to 14. Like ridiculous. Every guy, the fucking water boy scored.
He'll be all right.
Terrible. The fucking trainer scored.
You're really concerned. Come on. You think they're going to lose 3 games to this team?
I don't know.
No way. Absolutely zero chance.
I hope you're right, Tom. They should beat them. They should beat them Monday night. I know. For days.
For days.
For days. Anyway, so the thing, you just get that?
No.
Oh,
I got it.
Anyway, so look.
I'm just taking things in right now.
The hope is that, okay, this is what it looks like. They just mailed it. All right, fine. That's the hope. They come out and boat race them by 30 on Monday. Okay. Let it go. They want to win at home. Okay, I get it.
They win the series, it's fine.
If that game is a nail biter in the fourth quarter, I'm gonna be fucking bullshit.
Right, but if they win, you'll take it.
Yeah, but what if they lose?
Then you'll take it.
No, I won't. I'll fucking start breaking shit. They lose.
You wouldn't take Celtics in 6 right now?
I predicted it.
Right, so what are you crying about?
You better win it in 5. You better win it in 5. I'll tell you why, Tom. If they lose Game 5, it's going 7.
Oh, man, that was fucking hilarious.
If they lose Monday night, it's going 7.
It was just hilarious. When I was like, so you wouldn't take Celtics in 6? Then you go, I predicted it. Then you immediately follow it by saying, they better win in 5. I predicted they'd win in 6. They better win in 5.
It's different if it's a nip and tuck series. And it's 2-2 and they...
Dare I say a plastic surgery series.
Whatever.
Nip and tuck.
But it's not this where it's 3-0.
Not a boob job series.
And they know that they're not afraid to go back. They should have been dreading going back to Boston. Now they're like, I can't wait to get on this fucking plane. We can beat these guys. You just gave them confidence. Worst thing you can do is give an opponent confidence. So you better come out Monday and back it up. And that means 20 plus bum blasting. You better put this down. Put them down. And beat them until there's no pulse. That's the only excuse if you do that Monday, okay, no harm, no foul. If that's a fucking Donnie in the fourth quarter, you deserve to lose that one too.
Hold on, I'm going to try to find something that goes right in line with what you just talked about.
Goes right in line. Right in line, America. You get in line.
Do you remember the hype speech that Paul Giamatti gives Russell Crowe in Cinderella Man? He's like, I want you to keep pounding on him and pounding on him until there's blood. Do you remember that?
I think I remember that.
Let's see if I can find it.
I think.
Were you a big fan of Cinderella Man?
It was a great movie.
Awesome movie.
Oh, yeah. One of Russell Crowe's best performances ever. And he was great in Gladiator. I mean, he's had some real good ones. A Beautiful Mind. He was amazing in that. Russell Crowe's had some gems. He really has. But yeah, in Cinderella Man, he nailed it. He nailed it. He nailed it, Cinderella Man. So
Giamatti or Russell?
Russell. Giamatti was great too.
Oh, Giamatti was amazing.
Yeah, I'm saying he was great. Yeah, great, amazing. All would apply.
Might be my favorite role of his. Damn it! Where is that clip?
I still like him on. No, he was. You know, he was great.
Sideways.
The Illusionist. He was the constable in The Illusionist. He was great in that. Him and
Illusionist?
Him and Edward Norton Jr. Whatever. Edward Norton.
The Illusionist blew.
No, it didn't. Amazing movie. Jessica Biel. Awesome movie. Great movie.
Now, you know what was better than that?
No, I don't.
It was the one with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
What's that?
And you don't remember it? It was like a magic movie that came out right around the time as The Illusionist.
I don't know. I didn't even know that movie existed. Give me a name.
Way.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Maybe it'll stress. I don't remember it at all. Mavs Force Game 5. How about
The
Boston?
Prestige.
I never saw that.
Oh man, it's great. We used to get it confused with The Illusionist because they came out, I feel like, around the same time. The Prestige was amazing. Christian Bale has this like insane magic trick, and Hugh Jackman goes crazy trying to figure out what kind of magic he's using. It's not magic. It's such a great movie.
It's an illusion, like The Illusionist.
It's The Prestige.
What was his name? Von Lichtenstein? Von Lichtenstein.
What?
I think it was. No, it was Von. No, it wasn't that. It was something. Who's in vain? What was it?
Oh God, why are we watching highlights of this trash?
It's funny. That guy hit a three.
It's
You know
not
it was
funny.
bad when Derek Lively's making threes.
It's not funny.
This is just a bum blasting at the highest order. A double bubble bum blasting.
Right when he hit that, that's when I said,
Look at this.
"Oh, Dallas scored 4
Holly just
points in a
dribbled
row.
the ball
You
off
think
his
they won the
foot.
finals?"
Look at this crap.
This is the spin move.
The spin move. Yeah, just what a bum blasting.
Just made light work of Drew
What a
Holiday.
bunch of man. Kyrie, of course, bang.
Man, this post game's just deflated.
It almost negates 3 wins. It was so bad it almost negates 3 wins. That's how bad it was. It almost makes the first 3 games not matter. It's like, what the fuck?
The good thing is, if they win on Monday, who gives a shit?
I know, but Jesus Christ. It's almost like they enjoyed it. Like leave, hold nothing back. You pound me till I pass out.
I want you to focus on the spot on the wall.
Oh my God.
See that spot on the wall? I want your eyes there for 20 straight
God.
minutes. Don't move.
Oh my God. That is so bad. The Celtics going, call me a donkey, call me a donkey. Look at this garbage. Half court, half
122 to 84.
38-point drop. Maybe the worst playoff finals loss in Celtic history. I don't know.
I wonder if it's the
Is
it the worst loss in finals history?
for the Celtics? This is the third.
But for any
it's the
team?
third in NBA
Oh,
worst.
third. You saw
There's
that?
only 2 that were worse. There was only 2 that were
was it?
worse.
Who was
I don't
it?
know. It didn't say.
We should look
But there's
this
only
up.
2 that were worse. I think one was the Lakers, Game 6 against Boston. Kobe was 42. They beat them by 42 in Game 6.
Lakers beat the Celtics?
Celtics beat the Lakers in the closeout game to win the championship. They
By
just
40?
they bent Kobe over. It was beautiful. It was the only time I seen Kobe get bent over. He got bent over. Bad. It was just like
Kobe.
Like Kobe had to get carried out. He couldn't walk. That's how bad it was. Fucking, they just bent.
You have such an obsession for the ass.
It's the fear
The
of
pounding.
the federal
Why do you
pounding.
have such a fear?
Of the pedal, because I saw the American History X. That scene, like
That
eight
was
guys
in-
grabbed him and
That
held
was
him
in
down.
hardcore prison.
I know. That's
You
a
have
federal.
PTSD from watching
That's
it?
a federal pound me in the ass prison.
That movie was rough, dude, on all ends.
On all ends, it was. There was some rough shit going on. Oh, listen to dumbass. We just need to shoot more threes. Do I want to hear what he has to say?
Yeah.
Energy and physicality, and you got to give them that. And they're a great team, and that's the Dallas. That's the reason why they're here is when they play like that. So, but you can definitely take some stuff from it.
Dan, second row in the center.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Coach, 26 points in the paint, I believe, is a season low for you guys. 3 for 16 on non-rim paint shots. What did you see from the process in terms of getting into the paint, the finishing there? What was sort of giving you guys a problem with that tonight?
They did a great job flying around, making us indecision on whether to shoot it, drive it, and then there were multiple efforts, and I thought their 5 men did a great job protecting the paint. And every time we went in for a layup, they had multiple guys contesting. So I thought they just did a great job flying around on defensive end.
Gary, fourth row.
Yeah, Joe, Gary Washington, Boston Globe. Was effort an issue at all? And when did you see that you guys just didn't have it? Because it seemed like no one across the board played well.
I mean, I don't know. Always in situations like this, it always goes back to us. But you got to give Dallas credit. They played well. They played really, really well. And that's the reason why that they're in this is because when they play like that. So I thought they just outplayed us.
I mean, really, what is there to say for Joe Mazzulla after a 38-point blowout legs? We could talk all the time about defense and how it's often desire.
All right, so just
total
like
team effort by Dallas tonight. Illustrate
do you
for
want
us
to hear Legler? I wanted to get your
Dallas
take on
defended at its
something.
best.
Yeah, I want to show you two examples. One
Let's
is
see what
really just
Leg
related to energy and the 1-2 you have to have in a situation to dig yourself out. The second one more like technically they were good defensively. So take a look at the first one and kind of starts off. Good job here keeping the ball in front. The ball's going to end up with Jason Tatum. It was a nice job on the switch with Kyrie. Battles Jason Tatum on this drive, but then here's where it gets interesting. Right, this ball is now going to be passed out, and I want you to take a look at all of the effort plays here. It starts off, great job right here by Josh Green. You're going to see him jump into the passing lane, get the deflection, but then watch what happens after that. The ball is still loose on the floor. You stop it again right here, and you're going to end up with 3 different Dallas Mavericks. First of all, you had Kyrie Irving, who came diving from the corner. He goes past the basketball there. Then you see Derek Jones, who's under the rim. He gets on the floor. And then finally, you get a third guy, Josh Green, coming in here. Boston Celtics had a clear advantage to get to the basketball, but watch, it ends up in a jump ball out of this. And this is just flat out Dallas wanting the ball more. When you get 3 guys on the floor for 1 loose ball, just to force a jump ball, it's pretty special. And then this is the one I was talking about technically was pretty darn good. You're going to get this penetration here. Jaylen Brown tries to get into the paint. We stop it right here and take a look. You got the rim protection right here. So you got the second line of defense, and now you're going to get a kick out. When this basketball is kicked out to the corner, watch the way
Too much tapping on the bottom.
On this. You're going to get multiple closeouts.
They got to give him a pointer or some shit. That's just.
This one is so good.
And then he's got to bend every time.
Guys, this is a mistake right here by Dallas defensively, but it doesn't matter because you keep playing. You should never end up with 2 guys on the ball on 1 closeout. That should put you in a tough spot on the weak side of the floor. But watch the effort out of Josh Green on the top side. Ball comes out, he gets back into the lane, 1 more closeout, you force a 24-second violation. To me, this was the type of thing that typified what that first half looked like for Dallas. Look, there's been so much attention on their defense. You knew they were going to have a good response. The question was, how effective ultimately would it be by Boston? And when Boston hit him with that big run, how would Dallas handle that?
They never hit him with a big run.
The big run never came, Kevin, so Dallas never had to figure out what that adversity felt like.
I mean, really, it was total domination throughout 4 quarters tonight in a 38-point win in a game that felt like it was even bigger than that. And Legs, on some level, there has to be some concern with the way that Boston played tonight and just never able to counterpunch what Dallas threw at them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mystery. And Joe Mazzulla seemed pretty casual there with the sound. Like, hey, you know, right off, Dallas played great. I don't know. I'd be a little bit more concerned, I think, as a coach. Like, what did I just watch? What was that? Because the effort, I thought...
Not the first time we've seen it in America. Not the first time.
They got hit with a similar run at the start of the last game, if you recall. Dallas came out of the blocks on fire. Got up double digits early. By the end of the first quarter, it was a 1-point game in Game 3. And then Boston eventually hit him with that big run in the third quarter that basically ended the game before Dallas made the comeback. This was different. Dallas came out again hot. There was no response from Boston. That's what was the difference in the 2 games. And I think if I'm Joe Mazzulla, I think a couple things. You're going to look clearly at your offense and how stagnant your offense was, because it allowed Dallas to guard them. And then you're going to look a little bit at your own defensive energy and some of the switches you found yourself in that allowed Kyrie and Luka, I think, to have special starts to the game, which carried over to the rest of the team.
We came into the night thinking it might be a coronation for the Celtics and another championship banner. We leave tonight saying we may have ourselves a series again with the Mavericks getting back into it now 3-1. Tim Legler, great stuff tonight.
Well, let's
have a series again.
Obviously, Luka has carried Dallas a lot.
You want a series again? Call me when it's 3-3.
I said
that's when it's a series. It's not a series right now.
No,
it won't be a series until they tie it.
Oh, they win Game 5. It's
Not a series.
Yeah,
No, because Boston still has 2 shots.
But Boston will lose Game 6. They lose Game 5. This is going 7. Trust me. They better not lose Game 5. This better have been they didn't show up. This better have been that, because I'm telling you right now.
I think it was, man.
Well, we'll find out Monday night, because they embarrassed themselves. Again, it's one thing to lose. They got embarrassed in front of the whole world. They just got embarrassed.
It's one thing to lose. It's another thing to put on the world's biggest bumathon.
It's another thing to completely embarrass yourselves, your fan base, and your families.
It's one thing to lose, but to absolutely deep throat the competition. Unacceptable.
The size of the shit in the pants. How big? How big?
I mean,
how big of a shitting of oneself was this? Was this Diarrhea Jones, the diaper of doom? Was that what this was?
No, this was a hard one. This was one of those, you squeezed out a full, solid turd with one push. Just boom! It comes flying.
I mean, it wasn't the relentless Dumb and Dumber where the guy's legs were kicking up. No. Just kept coming.
It's a high, hard one.
I don't know.
It's a high, hard one.
It was a messy.
It hurts.
Messy, meaty, moist, steamy.
I think it was cleaner than
and it just didn't stop.
This was a
it just
clean
didn't
kill.
stop. Like, ah!
This was a clean kill.
No.
This was a clean kill. Dallas killed.
This was a shark ripping a person to pieces.
They clean kill.
This was a shark ripping a person to pieces.
They detached the head. They detached the head from the body.
This was a tiger eating a human. This is ugly.
This is Siegfried
horrifying.
And Freud or whatever his name is. Siegfried and Roy.
There's a scene. I ever saw American Werewolf from London.
Siegfried and Freud.
I don't know if you ever saw American Werewolf from London, but that was one of the most vicious kills I've ever seen in a movie. It was vicious. It was, this wolf just tore this guy apart in front of you. Like,
okay, so would you? So is an animal kind of killing of a human worse than what happened to Joe Pesci and his brother in Casino?
That's a good question.
The bats
eaten alive.
I don't know.
Eaten alive. I don't know. It's tough. That's tough.
Because can they just like tear your head off and eat you, as opposed to like the bat just? Remember Remember how many times they hit them?
Yeah.
They beat their bodies purple.
I saw it. It was horrifying. Yeah, like, and they just waited.
They had his brother?
Yeah, he watched him. They made him watch them beat his brother to death, and then him.
And they were all like brothers.
Yeah.
Until that moment. Insane.
But what happened in American Werewolf in London was just as vicious. That was a werewolf eating a person right in front of you. It was disgusting. It was utterly disgusting.
Utterly.
It was just, and a movie I should not have seen at my age.
Where were you?
I was probably 8.
American Werewolf in London?
Yeah, I never should have seen that movie. Never should have been allowed to watch that movie. My parents didn't know. I didn't tell them, but that was looking back. That was
it's a key moment in my. Let's see what Wendy's saying. Is he going to crush him?
He should.
Because they've attacked him defensively.
A hole on the court, and he really was spot on. Defensively in this one, Luka much more locked in Game 4. Gave the Celtics problems as the primary defender, even stepped up as a help defender. Boston 0 for 6 on shots with Luka as the primary defender. Here's Brian with another challenge for Luka.
The 18th banner is coming to Boston. The duck boats are getting loaded up at some point. I want to see how Luka reacts because he owes his team a better performance in Game 4.
He did. He gave
Brian said, right, the champions are in that tunnel. The Mavericks are in the other tunnel. Well, Luka answering the bell there. Inside and one. Made the free throw. The lead was 18. And then falling away. Tough mid-range J to put Dallas in front by 20. Luka scored 25 points in the first half, passing Dirk for the most in Mavericks NBA Finals history. Dallas led 61-35 at the break. The role players were a huge part of this game as well, like Daniel Gafford catching that alley-oop. 29-5 and 3 steals in 33 minutes. The Mavs win Game 4.
So let's bring in the man who has been critical of Luka Doncic. It is Brian Windhorst. Let's see if I can recap the last 48 hours here. Luka is a hole on the court. He needs to be a better leader, make better decisions because, of course, he fouled out in that last game.
These are all
Wendy's words. Control his
words.
emotions. Those were things that you said after the last game. What are we saying about Luka now?
One game.
Obviously, he played a brilliant game. It was exactly the kind of performance they needed from their leader. He's the best player in the series. He was the best player on the floor tonight.
What?
You know, what I said because of the delivery
You
was
can't
something
go
that
from
went
the
viral.
other day to that.
But what I said wasn't controversial. People here in Dallas, if they were being honest, would agree. People with the Mavericks, if they were being honest, would agree. Now, obviously, publicly, especially if you're a fan of Luka, you're going to come out for your guy. Of course you are. Of course you're going to defend your guy. Of course Jason Kidd is going to defend his guy. But nothing that I said is anything that Luka hadn't heard before. And that's why it was frustrating, because he had heard it before. And when the stakes were so big, he allowed it to happen again. And so he did put his foot in the ground today and make sure it stopped. But that issue that he had to fight back in Game 3, it will come again in his career. Whether it's going to happen in this series or not, I don't know. And what you want to see is him to handle it in an appropriate manner that will allow him to be on the winning side in a game like that. So it is a terrific performance by him, but we will never know what would have happened if he hadn't allowed himself to be taken out of the game. Because it could be 2-2. I think it's dangerous to make assumptions in playoff series. Well, if this happened, then that would happen. We have no idea how tonight would have gone. But if he hadn't have fouled out of that game, I felt like the Mavericks would have won Game 3. And him taking himself out of the game was really hurtful. And so now he is beginning the long trek back to making up for that. That's going to go beyond tonight and probably even beyond this playoff series.
All right. As for the Celtics, I was in the camp where I thought, no, I don't care if they're down 20 in the first half. They're going to come back. This is going to be a close game. And that lasted until about 30 seconds into the third quarter.
Yeah.
J.J. Redick said something to the effect of, it was a poor excuse of the Celtics. Maybe they were body snatched. What is the carryover from that Boston team now that they have to get on the plane, go home, and play again?
You better have the ball.
Yeah, Nicole, this is such a difficult game to judge because it was such an outlier. It was really the worst game the Celtics have played. I'd have to go back and look. Certainly throughout the playoffs, into the regular season. I mean, it's probably been the worst game they've played in months.
Since the Laker
loss. Far and away best game in this series. So it's hard to say, well, one team is going to continue playing like one way or the other. I think the biggest thing going into Monday is Kristaps Porzingis. He got closer to playing tonight. I watched him go through his pregame workout. He was able to move much better than I thought he would. He was never going to be in the rotation tonight. I think he would have just been like a player they would put on the floor if they thought they were going to win the title. What is he going to be able to do with a couple more days? Because the one thing Dallas has been able to do is they've been able to score inside the paint when they've had the mind to go into the paint. So that's the big unsolved question that could carry over into Monday. I do expect the Celtics to play with a lot more focus and energy on Monday, just as the Mavericks play with a lot more focus and energy tonight.
All right, Monday, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. Like we said, the game
I have to wait all weekend now and go through a day of work because these dickheads
thank you very much.
just decided to take it.
It's annoying that it's on Monday.
Is brought to you
Should be
by
Sunday.
Yeah, it should be Sunday.
Whatever you need, get more with Geico.
Anyway.
All right, I think I need to get my ass home.
Yeah. Anyway, Boston gets blasted in the bum in a way that hasn't been blasted in years.
They got the cobwebs out of there.
I don't know when they're going to be able to sit down again. I hope it's before Monday night. But until then, and I'll be back Monday night at some point. I don't know if I'm going to stream live or not. We'll figure it out. But I'll be back Monday night. But until then, for the Redoubtable himself, I like question one. You guys enjoy the weekend. And remember, boys and girls.
A tainted live stream, if you will. The night started off so